Welcome to the FinSide updates. Let's discuss trade payable definition and classification. If you see, in maximum cases and in all the organizations, people are classifying all the expenses under other payable. Then there is a Herculean tax to reclassify from other payable to trade payable and non-trade payable. Let's have a clarity and let's have a clarity after finishing this presentation. Let's discuss the definition of a trade payable, that is, a liability incurred for goods purchased or service received in normal course of business. This includes the amount due to suppliers for raw materials, inventory, or services directly related to the core operations of the business. According to Ind AS Circular 28, the following must be excluded from trade payables: contractual obligations. These are liabilities arising from specific contract, not from regular business purchases. Contractually reimbursable expenses, example gratia, project related reimbursements are not trade payable, since these are the contractual obligations. Similarly, capital goods purchases, like we are buying machineries, equipments, these are coming under the contractual obligations, so these are non-trade payable, not coming under the trade payable. Similarly, advance payment under contract, these should be classified under the other financial liabilities or other current liabilities, depending on the natures and terms of exit. Then statutory obligations. These are dues payable to government or regulatory authorities like Provident Fund, PF contributions, state, employee state insurance, ESI, goods and service tax, GST, tax deducted at source, TDS, professional tax, labor, welfare fund, etc. These are shown under the statutory liability or other current liabilities, and these are not under the trade payable. So these are the non-trade payables. Similarly, other cases like audit fees, legal and professional charges, telephone, electricity, and other administrative expenses, unless these are directly linked to the productions or resale. These are typically classified under the current other current liabilities. Similarly, insurance is not part of the procurement of goods or services for resale or productions. Non-trade payables, these are the statutory dues, employee benefits, taxes, interest, depreciation, and other non-operational cost. Bonus payable is a statutory or contractual obligation to employee, not a liability arising from procurement of goods or services. Normally, if you want the brief or precise form of trade payable, the expenses and related payable which are classified under the trade payable and non-trade payable, let's discuss based on the table from A to G. Cost of materials and materials consumed. Any payable related to cost of material consumed will come under the trade payable. Similarly, change in inventories of finished goods or work in progress. Any expense related to material or service relating to inventories of finished goods or work in progress will be classified under the trade payable. Employee benefit expenses. Any payable relating to employee benefits expenses will be classified under other current liability or other financial liability, depending on its nature. It is non-trade payable because it is contractual. Finance costs also same way. It is contractual based on the negotiation with the banks. So any cost, any payable related to these expenses will be classified under the non-trade payable, non-trade payable, like other financial liabilities or other current liabilities, depend on the nature and terms. Depreciation and amortization expenses payable related to these head expenses obviously is non-trade payable. Power and fuel expenses, trade payable or payable relating to power and fuel expenses will be classified under the trade payable. Other expenses, under other expenses, basically will come selling and distribution expenses and administrative expenses. Selling and distribution expenses, obviously, it is in ordinary course of business to resell to sell our goods. So payable relating to selling and distribution expenses will clubbed under the trade payable. And the balance sheet is administrative expenses. The administrative expenses again can be bifurcated into two. The expenses which is related to directly related to production or sell, or expenses which is not directly related to production or sell. The payable which is yet to pay related to expenses which is administrative expenses which is directly related to production or sell shall be come under the trade payable, and expenses administrative expenses which is not directly related to production or resell shall be classified under the non-trade payable. Means it may be other financial liabilities or other current liabilities depending on the fact and terms of the contract. Thank you for watching this video.